Faust by Charles Gounod. The synopsis is presented by Opera Inside, the online opera guide. The roles: Faust, a philosopher. Mephisto, the devil. Marguerite, a young woman. Valentin, Marguerite's brother. Sibyl, a young man. Martha, Marguerite's neighbor. Faust is sitting in the study. Nothing. He is desperate. He acquired a lot of knowledge and yet has attained little wisdom. He is tired of the constant search for meaning in life. The poison cup is filled up. When he leads it to his mouth, he hears the singing of young women and peasants. The singing distracts him. Love, happiness and fame have left him. He would make one last attempt, even with Satan's help. He actually appears in the person of Mephisto. He asks Faust why he called him. Is it gold or glory that he wants? Faust explains that love is what he misses. Mephisto could grant him this wish. What does he want for that? Faust asks. Mephisto replies that the worldly life will belong to Faust, but his soul will belong to him in the hereafter. Mephisto creates a vision of Marguerite on the spinning wheel. Faust is spellbound and enchanted. He quickly signs the pact and receives a rejuvenating potion in return. He drinks it greedily. Affair in town. Valentin has to go to war. He drinks and looks thoughtfully at an amulet of his sister Marguerite that she gave him as talisman. Sibyl and Wagner see him and ask why he is depressed. Valentin answers that he must leave Marguerite unprotected. Sibyl offers to watch for her. Valentin thanks him. Now he can join the army calmly. Wagner's trying to cheer him up. Mephisto appears. He joins the three friends. When Wagner wants to greet him, he looks at his palm lines and prophesies that he will die in the next attack, and to Sibyl, that every flower that he will touch from now on will wither. Then he praises Marguerite's beauty with mocking words. Valentin attacks Mephisto with his sword, but it bounces off. A magical force protects Mephisto and the sword breaks. The devil. As the only possible defense, the three form a cross with their swords. Mephisto retreats. The three friends leave the square. Faust appears and reminds Mephisto of his promise. He lets women appear and asks Faust to make his choice, but Faust insists on the person he has seen. Marguerite soon shows up accompanied by Sibyl. Mephisto chases him away and Faust speaks to her, but she rejects him. Faust is not discouraged. He loves her even more. The next day, Sibyl is in the garden near Marguerite's house. He is in love and wants to pick flowers for her, but hardly in the hand they wither. When he puts his hand in the holy water pot, he has broken the spell and the flowers no longer wither. He puts a bouquet in front of Marguerite's door. Faust appears in the garden accompanied by Mephisto. Mephisto leaves to procure a gift for Marguerite. Faust is alone and in anticipation of the reunion with Marguerite. Mephisto is back, carrying a box of jewelry under his arm. He puts it next to Sibyl's bouquet and pushes it away. Faust now feels guilty about Marguerite's chastity, but Mephisto banishes his thoughts. Faust moves away from the house and observes it from a listening distance. Marguerite appears in a thoughtful mood. She sits at the spinning wheel remembering her late mother and sister. She thinks of the young man she had seen on the market square. Who might he have been? She liked him, but she was too shy to talk to him. Marguerite sees Sibyl's bouquet and takes it in her hands. When she sees the jewelry box, she drops the simple bouquet. Fascinated, she tries on the jewelry. Now she feels like a princess. If only the stranger were with her now and could see her. Her neighbor Martha appears and admires Marguerite adorned with jewels. As they chat, Faust and Mephisto appear. To lure Martha away from Marguerite, Mephisto invents the story that he comes to tell her that her husband has died. Soon he courts her, because she needs a new husband now. Martha feels flattered and takes him for a walk. Faust and Marguerite are now alone. Marguerite tells of herself that she is all alone. Mother and sister have died, and her brother is at war. Mephisto leaves Martha and conjures up a romantic atmosphere for the two lovers. Months later, Marguerite is expecting a child. Faust has left her and she is exposed to the mockery of the villagers. She longs for him back, but inside she knows that he will not return to her. Sibyl appears. He confesses his love and wants to avenge her. She thanks him, but she has not yet given up hope that he will come back. She goes to the church to pray for his return. In the divine service she repeatedly hears Mephisto's voice over the choirs. She faints. The war is over. Valentin returns to the village. He has heard of his sister's disgrace and wants to confront her. Faust too has gone to Marguerite's house because he is tormented by his guilty conscience. Mephisto accompanies him and mockingly sings a serenade for Marguerite, which he calls Catherine. Valentin joins the two. He wants satisfaction and challenges Faust to a duel. He curses the amulet that protected him during the war and throws it away. He faces Faust with the sword. When the two fight, Valentin dies by a sneaky blow from Mephisto. Marguerite also runs over. When Valentin dies, he curses his sister and promises her a life of disgrace until her death. Weeks later, Mephisto has led Faust into the mountains. With a wild witch orgy he wants to distract the unfortunate from his grief. Faust and Mephisto visit Marguerite in the dungeon. In her grief, she killed her child. In mental derangement she sits in a cell. When she hears Faust's voice, she wakes up again. Faust swears his love and wants to escape with her. Time is pressing, for the execution takes place at sunrise. But Marguerite doesn't hear him anymore. She has once again gone mad. When Mephisto appears, she recognizes her demon in him. She sends them away and dies. Mephisto calls, judged, but heavenly choirs sound and call, saved. Mephisto is judged by the archangel.
www.operaInside.com. All about operas. Learn more about this great opera. With interesting facts and great YouTube videos. Visit us.